moving on, we've talked about acupuncture where they use the needles. Now, what about acupressure? How many acupressure points are there, and how does applying pressure on these puncture points help? I know there's one that you press on your finger or your thumb somewhere, and that does something. So if you could go into that a little bit, I'd very much appreciate it.
Yeah, I'd love to elaborate. If anything, this point here, the point that you're pressing on, we call that point Li4, right? And I use this point here because it's very popular. Let me see if I can show you with my hand here, right there. It's a very popular point. Everyone, right? Most people will have used that point for maybe just tension or a headache or something of that nature, right? Acupressure and acupuncture points are the same. There's about 361 points in the body, and they both
Wow.
utilize the same. Right? We study all the points. Right? As a practitioner, I mean, I use all those points. Right? You're not going to get 360 points on a treatment, but
Oh my
with the
gosh.
acupressure, we can stimulate. And that's another aspect I think is very important. The fear of needles is real. There are people who are scared to death of needles, right? And
Me,
yeah,
I've
right,
fainted before. Mm.
right. It's very common, and it takes one to know one, right? And I'll tell you, as a practitioner and as someone who's been a patient, right, and as someone who's had a fear of hypodermic needles, right, the needles that actually inject, right, or they're taking out fluids, acupuncture needles, I call them friendly needles, right?
Yes, they're
Because
very thin. They're very thin, and I've done acupuncture before for migraines, and they're very relaxing, and they're nice. They're nice. So I'm not afraid of acupuncture needles. Just by the way.
yeah, awesome, awesome. Yeah, if anything, I think if we can address these issues, the quicker it will be for us to get treatment. One thing that really I try to avoid, or one situation I that makes me, I don't want to say makes me mad, but whenever I speak to patients and introduce them to acupuncture treatment, it is so vital that patients are receiving the best care, period. Because sometimes, a lot of times, you're not, one acupuncture treatment is just a start. A lot of people don't realize that
Right.
acupuncture is a therapy. You're gonna need multiple treatments. And so if you get if let's say you try out acupuncture for one time, or maybe you have a fear, or there's a certain number of reasons, and it pushes you away from the treatment, that's such a bad loss, right? That is such
Hmm.
a significant loss, because you're losing a potential treatment that can help you for the rest of your life, right? And it may
Hmm.
be due to whatever the case may be, even